Hi and welcome to another wonderful Monday here on Citi TV. My name is Benjamin Nketsia. The tracker is back on your screens. Now today I have another personality interview, one of Ghana's finest players. He's been all over the place and he will be joining me to share our story. But yesterday was a really dark day for the Bryant family, for the NBA and for the global basketball community at large. Because why? Kobe Bean Bryant passed away in a helicopter crash. Sad, crushing news for all of us. I'm still struggling to come to terms with that bit of news as I speak now. A part of me is still in denial, but reality is it has happened and Kobe is with us no more. I have an interesting guest who will help to raise up the spirits on the show a little. Sadick Adams played for AshGold, played for Asante Kotoko. He's played for Atletico Madrid at a spell in his time. These days, he spends his days in Lebanon. Sadick, I'll be having him on the show in a bit here, so he will be coming onto the show right about now. Sadick, let's have you on the show right now. Yeah, fly guy. Good to have you, bro.
Yeah, good to have you.
Yesterday we met at the stadium. It was very impromptu. I'm sure it was something that was meant to happen. You came to see your former team, Asante Kotoko, play. Just to begin the conversation on that particular note, because that's fresh in our minds. What was it like playing for Asante Kotoko? I mean, for you to come back from Lebanon and want to still come and watch their game, what was it like playing for a team of that size?
No, you know, like I'm a big fan of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, even since my childhood.
Okay.
So it was a dream for me to play for the club. And I think when I returned from Lebanon, and I heard they were going to play the Classical, as we say in Ghana. So I wanted to witness it. That's why I went to the stadium.
Now, in recent memories, you are literally the only person I remember who scored a hat-trick in the Classical. Walk me through that feeling. I mean, how do Kotoko fans treat you when you score a hat-trick, and how did you yourself feel as an individual having scored a hat-trick in the FA Cup?
No, for me, it's a normal feeling, you know, as a striker or as a footballer, you know, you always want to score. And even before that game, I was having a chat with one of my colleagues, like I was going to score, and he said maybe I'll score one, and I said hat-trick won't be bad. And it happened. And unfortunately, it was in my city because I was born in Tamale. So the spirit and the atmosphere was good for me. So I was very happy, and it's a normal way. It's normal for me to score, like I said before, as a striker. And that wasn't my first time scoring like hat-trick, though. I think. I scored brace against Asante Kotoko when I was in Brekum, Chelsea. Okay. So as a striker, you always want to score, and that was a good feeling for me.
Now let me take you back a little. Talk me through the signing process at Kotoko, right? I think that's when you had come from Europe.
Yeah. I was in Cyprus.
Okay. Walk me through, like, what was the point of contact like? How did you feel when you got the call? How complicated or simple was the process of signing for the club?
You know, before I left Ghana, I wanted to join Accra as a folk.
Oh,
but,
interesting.
But the negotiations didn't went well, so I decided I got another offer.
They couldn't afford Sadick Adams?
Yeah, I think, but I got an offer from Cyprus, so I decided to go for that one. Okay. So after my contract, because I was still having a contract with Brekum Chelsea that time. Yeah. So after my contract, I signed 1 year with them. So after the contract, I decided to return. Yeah. So even when I was there, I heard Stephen Pollack was transferred to Asante Kotoko.
Oh, so your relationship with Pollack at Brekum Chelsea and Asante Kotoko is what was the silver lining for that?
Yeah, because and also they needed striker that time. They were not having a striker, so they talked with me and we came with an agreement. And especially, apart from Stephen Pollack convincing me to join Kotoko, I wanted to play for Kotoko before
because it was a dream.
And the man himself, Dr. Kwamichi, you know, the negotiations we had and the kind of promises and offer he gave me was okay for me. So I decided to sign for them.
Lovely stuff. Now, I remember that when you signed, it generated a whole lot of controversy in this town. Some people said that Asante Kotoko were giving you preferential treatment because they had given you a house, they had given you a car, and they were paying you some monumental amount of money that the local league had not seen before. How much of that is true? And does Kotoko give you such enticements when they sign you?
When you talk about enticement, you know, it's normal for every player. You know, it depends on what you put on your contract, and especially I always advise my colleagues. You know, negotiation for yourself and also for your future is more important because you never know what will happen the next day. So for me, I think all this, it was just a rumors because...
You didn't get a house?
No, I didn't. I was staying in a hotel, which is normal for every player when you are signed. Like, they'll put you in a hotel before they got an apartment for you. But, you know, like I said, Asante Kotoko team is, we have some people who are there. Like, if you are coming to Kotoko, you don't go through them. You know, you don't go through them. They develop some hatred for you.
Ooh.
So for me, I think
are these influential supporters or management people?
I think some of the management people, because I came through Brekum Chelsea.
Okay.
You know, not through an agent or anyone, not even like a journalist or someone recommended me to.
It was just a straight deal between two clubs.
Yes. So no one knew what I signed because I had an agreement with the club, like no one should disclose what I signed or what we have. But, you know, I was staying in a hotel. Okay, it's normal because even when I was in Cyprus, I signed a season. I stayed in a hotel for the whole year. That was 5-star hotel. And you eat breakfast, lunch, and you can even have a room service, which is normal for everybody. It doesn't count in football because you have to eat.
Maybe people feel like Asante Kotoko don't have enough resources to go around for everybody, and then they are giving all their resources to one player.
No, I sign. It's my contract. That's what I'm saying. If you decide to take one city for your contract, that's your own.
That's your business.
I sign my contract, so it doesn't matter how I'm treated. If I ask for a private jet and they give me, it's my contract.
True.
But what I don't like is when I was in Kotoko staying in a hotel, they never even gave me a pure water. Like take for a breakfast or lunch. I have to buy my own food. I was just staying there because I was playing for Kotoko. And I needed a place to stay because I wasn't having
a place in Kumasi.
So it's their job to do. But, you know, they painted the picture badly so that the supporters would, because they wanted me to leave. That's the case. They wanted me to leave for them to bring maybe someone else. I don't know. So they wanted to paint that picture to the supporters.
But if you look at your time back at Kotoko yourself, did you enjoy yourself?
Of course, I did because I know what I did there is going to take years for someone to also...
It's not easy to score a hat-trick, I can tell you that.
You know, I heard one of, I think Opoka Free did it, but it wasn't a first half. So mine was first half.
First half hat-trick.
So I think it's going to be difficult. And in the FA Cup final against your own rival.
That's
maybe you can do it against another club in the first half, but not in the final against Accra. So I think it's different.
Talk to me about yesterday's game. I'm sure you picked up certain things from the game. What were your initial observations before we even go into what I want to ask?
For me, I think the entertainment wasn't there.
As in the game itself wasn't entertaining?
It wasn't entertaining, you know, because most of the players were afraid to do things. They wasn't having that confidence. You know, our supporters, they talk. That one is normal. But as a player,
I feel like the young Asante Kotoko chap was having a good game. Sally Fumudasiru, and then he went off.
That lefty.
Left-footed player was having a good game.
And the young guy who came inside.
Matthew Kujo.
And, you know, the young guy is doing what he's doing because he's a young guy. And, you know, even if he does it, no one talks, no one complains. They will say, oh, swat. You know that thing. But the experienced players are supposed to do more. They're supposed to do that kind of thing to excite the fans. But I didn't see that yesterday. This our modern game now is like, let's just play, pum, 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 got our 3 points.
And go. It's like players don't express themselves anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, for the youngster Matthew Kujo, you saw him play at a young age. What kind of advice do you have for a guy like that playing in a big team of that nature?
For me, my advice to him is like, the kind of people in charge of him, like I think it's Baby Jet. So I know they are going to help the boy a lot, but playing in Ghana is going to, at least, he's going to face some difficulties because, okay, when you are playing in Accra Sports Stadium, Cape Coast Sports Stadium, Kumasi Sports Stadium, it's different. You can do what you want to do, but when you go to Brekumwa and Doma and all that, you won't have that space.
Bad.
You won't have that space to do what you want to do. So I hope he got the chance early to go outside and develop there.
Now, for Asante Kotoko as a club themselves, they've changed guard. Max Okonedo is back at the club. They look like they are going in a new direction. What do you have to say about your old club? Because it's a place that you, like you yourself said, whether your time there was the best or not, it's a place that you held dear in your heart.
For me, my time, we were having a very good players. And just imagine if we were still there till now. You're having Jackson Wusu, Ahmed Adams, Awa Mohammed, Amos Frimpong, myself. And
it doesn't seem like such a long time ago, but all those people are already gone.
Yeah, that was just 2017. So it's left with only Jenfi and Felix. So just imagine within that 2 years, if we were still playing together.
Sure.
But our Ghanaian clubs call something like development. But you don't just sack players and say we want to develop. Every season you change players and you say you want to develop. No, you bring in new. To add up the old ones. But for us, we think development is sacking everybody and bringing in the. Right now, you can look at Wafa. You see Wafa right now. People say every day we need young players. It's not every young player who knows how to play football.
True.
So I hope Coach Maxwell is a good coach. I work with him in the local Black Star and all that. So. I think he has started well, and I hope they continue like that.
Let me take you to AshGold, which is your boyhood club, and also the team you joined after Asante Kotoko. Now, before we even go to your beginnings with AshGold, what happened? I thought that after you left Kotoko, AshGold was going to be your thriving ground, and then before we knew, you had left AshGold as well.
When I went to AshGold, many things happened, but I don't want to disclose that because it was a bad situation, And also, there were no league going on, so it wasn't good for me and all that. You play friendly matches and all that, so I got the opportunity to go to Lebanon, so I have to terminate the contract with them and leave.
I mean, from when you started playing football, let me take you back to the beginning. You said that Tamale is your hometown place. And because we started from the Super 2, I wanted some continuity. But take us back to when Sadick Adams started playing football. Where were you born? Where did you first come into contact with the football?
Well, I was born in Tamale, a village called Savulugu. So I'm a pure Dagomba. So, like, my father died when I was young. May he still in perfect peace. So I came to Sunyani with my uncle. That's where I started schooling and all that. So we play Milo games, school games.
How old are you then?
I was like 7, 8.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I started playing school teams and coach and all that.
What coach team did you play for?
Alakoso. Alakoso, the owner who he developed many players. TV Trader was from Ado, Kinfesa and all that. So after that, we played school game and also Milo games. So I got selected Ajax Academy. Ajax in Holland, they were having an academy in Obuasi. So I got selected into the academy. That's where it started. Then I went on to play AshGold.
Lovely stuff there. Now, just a bit about AshGold. How has the club itself helped you in your career, if you look back on the time you spent there?
I think it helped me a lot, because that time when I was there, before it was Ajax Academy, because it was the white people in control. So we were just playing football, eating and going to school.
I hear AshGold is a really nice place to be.
Yeah, but not now. Not now.
Back in your day.
Yeah, back in the days, it was, the white people were there,
What has changed now? There's no money?
Because right now they are facing financially, they have a problem, and the academy is no more. It's no more. Because our day we used to have Opukajima was there, Wakaso was there, Opare was there. We were having a lot of players,
Fatal Dauda
and all that. So it helped me a lot. We were just playing football. We had nothing in our mind apart from football. So if you can see those academy players right now, you see them there in the higher.
The academy players are definitely the ones that are thriving. True. Let's turn our concentration to the national team, where there's a lot of controversy there for you. Now, obviously, you're not going to talk about the under 17 AFCON in Togo, where you obviously exploded onto the scene, and then Etoile du Sahel signed you up. Talk to me about that process. How did Etoile get in contact with you first, and how did that whole process go with you signing with them? How did you even feel about that situation?
When we were playing AshGold, I and Opare and Theophilus Anoba, we were in the academy, so we got promoted earlier. So we were like 16, getting to 17, we got promoted. So that time they were like, if you are playing Premier or something like that, you can't play the national team because of age. So they thought we were cheating our age. We were cheating. So they went to Ivory Coast. They play against Ivory Coast, and they lost. So they needed to win to qualify to the African game in Togo. So we went and played against, I think, Power FC. So that time, I think they sacked the coach and gave the job to Coach Bashiru Hereford. So he was then a Power FC coach. So we play against them.
Wow, that's such a long time. Bash Power FC.
That's a long time. So when we play against them, he saw us and he was like, wow, what happened? Why didn't not calling us into the national? We said that they said we can't play because of some age cheating and all. They thought maybe we are old, and I said no, you need to talk to us.
They saw Sadick, they saw your arms and your legs and thighs, like, nah, this guy.
So they said, oh no, so he has to call us. So they called the names and we were invited. So even when we went there, some people were saying, like, because we're in our academy JCs, and I was like, no, this small kids cannot help us and all that. They need because I was small that time. Then. Yeah, I was small. So that's where it all started. And again, we were playing it in Sunyani. And in Sunyani, I also developed playing football and all that. So we won the match against Ivory Coast. I scored, Ransford Osei scored, and we won 2-0, and we qualified to the Togo.
Now, talk to me about the contact with Etoile. Did they get through to you through an agent, or it was through the national team? How did they contact you, and what was the process like with them?
It happens when we were in Togo during the tournament. I played, even when we went to Togo, I wasn't a starter. Even though I took them there, I made them qualify, but I wasn't a starter because AshGold were playing Champions League. So the team went to Egypt and they were having some training tour and all that. So Nathaniel Samoa was a winger that time. So they used him as a striker and he was scoring. So when they came back, they used him as a striker here. So I was benched in Togo. So I think our second match, I came and scored a hat-trick.
You're a hat-trick guy.
I came and scored a hat-trick, so I took my position. The next game, I scored. And I think third place, I scored against Tunisia. So that was where they got my number from. So I scored against Tunisia.
You scored against them?
And they were having a player in their national team. So they came to me and they were like, Etoile want to talk to you, some manager want to talk to you and all that. And I said, okay, no problem. And that time, when you are young, you always want to travel. So they got my contract. We came back. Then they brought the contract and all that. I have to travel. So I traveled with Misafiano. Misafiano was our
CEO at the time.
CEO. So I traveled with them, but a lot happened, which I don't want to talk about now.
We'll get into the bit about the ban from FIFA and all that. Just talk to me about that briefly. I mean, how did you feel personally as an individual footballer? Because here we had a picture of you with David De Gea. You were like training with the big boys. I think we'll have that picture on our screens there in a bit, just so viewers can have a look at what I'm talking about. What did it feel like for you going to the World Cup then and then blowing up perhaps like 5 times more than you did at the African competition? Then all of a sudden, Atletico Madrid want you. Did you feel at a point like, you know, this is a bigger move? Regardless of how it goes down, I want this move instead of this one.
Yeah, like I said, when we went to Togo after the tournament, I wasn't having any offer. The offer that came was the Etoile
move, yeah.
So they came, they needed me badly. So I even went there like 1 month. I was there 1 month.
Wow. In Tunisia?
In Tunisia. So they told me, because they made me play some friendly matches and they saw like, yeah, we have to sign this guy and all that. So so they called Mr. Fiano to come, and Mr. Fiano came, and the money they were giving me was like, I think that was $500, something like $500. That time, that was 2006, 2007, $500 a month, monthly. Yeah. So I was like, wow.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of, if you change it, you know, into
Ghana. It was way better than maybe 4 or 5 times.
Because I was an academy player.
Yes, you're not even a senior player.
So they were giving me like 100 Ghana cedis, academy player. So I was like,
straight
wow.
to $500.
$500.
Yeah.
I don't need. So they said like I can, because I was underage, so I signed a pre-contract. Okay. So they said maybe after the World Cup, because you can't sign a professional contract. After the World Cup, I will be like 18 years or something like that, so I can sign a professional contract. So when I went to the World Cup and I showcased myself and we came home, I was there. I was supposed to leave to Tunisia that same day, and I got a call. That same night, I got a call, like, Atletico Madrid want me. I was like, wow.
You stopped in your tracks?
No,
like,
I just stopped.
Your world froze around you?
I canceled the ticket, I canceled the flight and everything. I just stopped. And my father was like, what? Because, you know, my father, they gave him something. The Tunisians, you know them. He was like, what happened and all that? And I said, no, I have something better, you know, it's Europe and all that. Because the agent told me, the agent gave me assurance that, like, I'm a young player.
Because you're a novice, you were not breaching any rules.
Yeah,
good.
I'm underage, so I can't sign any professional contract. What they did is just a pre-contract, so there's nothing
There's no
wrong
problem
with
it.
That's what I said. It's a lot of issue I don't want to talk about, because after then they took my father there, which I knew.
Etoile came and took your pops there.
I knew nothing about it. You know, parents, you know, they want something, you know. So they took him there, they make him do, like, they gave him some job, like, you know, contract, something like that. He's working there. Yeah. If he's there, that means
it's legal. Sort of compelling you to come there.
Yeah, it's legal, so I can play. It's legal because your parents or maybe your brother have to be there. You know. So that's what they did at my back part. I never knew. So it was when the case went to FIFA, all this came out. Then I knew about it. But the agent assured me that even if the decision is going to come out, they will give me like 4 months ban. But we were not sure when it will be. So I was playing in Atletico and all that, and I got a call up into the national team under 20. We came here and played against Angola, which I scored.
Hold your thoughts there. The story is getting a little too interesting. Hold your thoughts there. We are still talking to Sadick Adams, former Ghana under-17 star, played a little for Atletico Madrid. Didn't go to Etoile de Sahel because of some complications. Played for AshGold, played for Asante Kotoko. Still the only guy to have scored a first-half hat-trick for Asante Kotoko in recent memory. Stay right here with us on The Tracker. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Tracker here on Citi TV. We are still talking to Sadick Adams. Sadick, you were telling us about the Atletico Etoile situation. Just to round it up for us, tell me about what it felt like not being able to play competitive football for that spell of time. What was your mind state as an individual? Did you feel like you had thrown your career away, or you were still stable that this would pass and that you would get back on track?
I knew it was going to pass because I was still young then. So I was just playing like friendly matches for them, which I can't play official match. So
you're playing for the Atletico B team or
the B team? The B team, yeah. So 1 hour later got the invitation from under 20, the national team. You know, I was in camp. You know, things happens for a reason. I was in camp and FIFA gave us like provisional ITC, which means I can play till the case comes out. So I came and played and I performed again. So we went back and all that. It was during the World Cup, you know, because
the 20 World Cup.
Yeah, and the 20 World Cup. We were all in camp in I think Doha, I think Qatar.
Yeah.
So that was where the decision came out. The decision came out that.
Did you get a lot of calls? People calling?
I got calls because all my fans, my family, they thought I was going to the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, because it was a good opportunity for me, you know, like
to sell yourself
to sell myself. Because when I was in Atletico, I was having chance to train with the first team and all that, but it wasn't easy because Aguero, Forlan, and all of them were there. So you just imagine how are you going to have that opportunity? So I was trying to sell myself and got different offer or maybe somewhere else. So when the decision came, like I was in my room and I just had a call like this, what is out, so I have to pack my things and leave. So that was history.
Tell me a little bit about that picture with David De Gea. When was that picture taken? What was your relationship like with him during your time there?
You know, it all started when we played against them at the semi-finals during the World Cup. Spain. You know, this our African tradition. When we are about to play, we sing, trying to put fear in them and all that. So also when he saw me and he was like you know, he can't speak good English. He was like after 2-1, you know, like. We were making noise, and after all that, they gave us 2-1. So I was happy that I met him there, and even that picture, I used my phone to take it, and it's all over the internet all the time. So it was my phone that I used to take that. I was in the same second team with him, Koke, and other players.
Interesting.
Koke is the captain now.
Yep. Are you surprised at how he has turned out? Manchester United guy, Spain, big. Are you surprised at how big he has become?
Yeah, I'm not surprised because he was a very good goalkeeper. It was because, you know, these white people, they have that belief and that confidence and opportunities. Because when we were there, he was having even a sponsor at that time. He was having with Nike, you know, training gloves, shoes, and all that. He was still having that. I wasn't having. I have to buy it myself. Yeah. And also, when it comes to training, his parents have to drop him, wait for him to train, finish, and you know, they were having that. So we have to hustle through. And you living there alone as a young, I was 18 then. I was living there alone. Nobody,
big
my
city
parents,
is very
you know.
confusing.
So it's just to hustle yourself and all that. But I'm happy for him because we were born in a different day, so
different paths, different journeys.
So he's gone. I'm somewhere. It's all that. If you look at our squad, it's I think Koke and him is playing the top level.
Did you ever have a word with Aguero or Forlan? Did you ever have a moment?
I even have picture with Forlan. I think I had the opportunity to play like 15 minutes cup match, Coupe du Roi. So after I took that picture with him, but that one is not circulating on the internet because we were just in our outfits and all that.
That's pretty inspiring. Let's talk about the Ghana moments, the Ghana under 20 time. Now, under 17, Ransford Osei was your strike partner. I remember the two of you were devastating together. And then in the World Cup, like you said, you missed out on the World Cup, and then Dominic Edia came to partner Ransford Osei. Like, what's in that World Cup from home, especially since we ended up winning that World Cup? How do you feel about missing out on the tournament, and how did you feel about that team in general?
Me as a person, I felt bad because I wasn't part of the team. But you know, I was happy for them as a whole nation. You know, as my colleagues and all that, because it opened a lot of doors and opportunities for them. When you look at Adia performing well, he got an opportunity to play in the AC Milan and all that. And I was happy for them because they won, I think, first time, right? First time. So
that's the only meaningful trophy Ghana has won in recent times since I was born.
So it's
so it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You know, they should be owning like mansions and all that from that. You know. But I was happy for them. But me, as a person, I was feeling very bad.
Let me ask you a question, right? when you look at that group of players,
Yeah.
in your own opinion, who, aside yourself, was the most talented player in that group?
Ooh. Awako.
Gladson Awako.
Yeah.
Wow. Now he's back playing in the Ghana Premier
Yeah,
League.
yeah. I met him yesterday too. I know Awako. I like Awako because like he got everything as a player. You know, that time we were having players. We were having a lot of players.
Yeah.
My own personal person, Ishmael Yate.
Oh.
You know,
Yep.
he's also one of the talented
The lefty.
There's no other left footer in
devastated left footer.
Yeah, but you know, he
Yeah.
also doesn't get that chances and all that. So, but I like Awako a lot. I like Awako a lot.
I mean, for the crop of players you just mentioned, Ishmael Yate, Awako, yourself, Ransford Osei.
Yeah.
Ransford Osei gets talked about a lot as one of the guys who could have been really huge but never seemed to cut it. But you know him probably better than us. What happened to Ransford?
You know, our mentality as Africans or Ghanaians, you know, when you go to a tournament and maybe you score, you become the top scorer.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone expects you to be somewhere they want you to be. But like, for example, I don't think I did something extraordinary during that World Cup because I was assisting.
Yeah.
And I think I was topmost 50 exciting players. I was number one, Aguero and all that, they were there. And for me, what happens to our talent, the problem we are having is you have to play the under 17, under 20, under 23.
Yeah.
If you don't have the chance, then you play the local blaster.
Yeah.
You know? But when you look at Boyan, when you look at Pogba was playing...
Even De Gea.
Pogba was playing in Juventus before he came to that World Cup.
Yeah.
And he was just playing like he's training because he's already matured. And even in Europe, before they have the under 20, they already have under 19.
True.
So you will be playing under 19. So you already had that confidence playing there before you come to under 20. But we don't have it here.
Yeah.
We don't even have under 16 here.
Yeah.
We only have national under 17, 20, and 23, and that's all. So sometimes it's disturbing.
Yeah.
Like when we went to the World Cup and performed, we should have at least got the opportunity to play for the Black Star.
I think so too.
So you see, but because maybe Baby Jess was there,
I mean,
Asamoah and other players were there, so they said no, they can't play. But not that we were going to play, but we were just going to learn from them.
And then maybe take
maybe
up
one day.
Yeah.
But they did not give us that opportunity. They wanted us to play. But they were not having that second thought. Okay, maybe we were waiting for him to play the under 20.
Yeah.
What if he got injured in his form, when he's having his form? What if he got that injured? Boyan Krejci was playing Barcelona.
Yep.
When he came back, he played Barcelona. And he was even invited in the senior national team.
Yep.
And one guy, Toni Kroos.
Yep. Playing the junior team, moved up to the senior team.
Bayern Munich.
Yep.
So you see, we didn't get that chance. So that's what is killing us because they want us to go through all the categories of the national team before we can play. You can't play under 17 and say you move direct to the senior national team.
But it should be possible.
It should be possible.
I mean, do you still talk to a guy like Ransford? Are you still in contact
Oh,
with him?
yes. I think Ransford has stopped playing football.
Why?
Because
he's not old, is he?
He's not old. He got injured. I think he was having injury. And you know the situation, like when you have such injuries and you don't play for some time, 1 year, 2 years, it's difficult for you to get a club. It's very difficult. And I think now he's even in Germany. I think he's happy. He's working and he's happy. I don't know because I haven't seen him playing for I think 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he has stopped playing, but I think he's happy.
Wow, interesting time. Let's move to football in Lebanon. These days you play for Shabab Buj, or you said, but like you're saying, there's been some disturbance out there. So, I mean, when you first got the offer to go to Lebanon, were you excited about it, or you were like, well, it's not the Ghana Premier League, so I'll go?
Yeah, I was excited because, like I said, in Ghana, there is nothing here. Maybe like few clubs, but you play the football, but you won't get anything. Like they say, Ghana football, the money is just use it and eat, use it and buy maybe stove in your room and all that. Because, of course, if you take 200, 300, 500
Literally
Ghana.
can't do anything with that kind of money.
You can't do anything, but even some of the players, they have families, they have children and all that. But, you know, some of the Ghanaian clubs, they think maybe they are doing us favor. Because we want to play for them. If you don't play, we'll have someone. They'll go and carry
somebody's willing to play.
To
so
play
we'll
for that 200. And this is what is killing the game. Because they think maybe we don't deserve that money. For example, I will use Yakuba own for an example. Why is a player saying like AB or say he wants $150,000?
Yeah.
Why Kotoko can pay it more? He can pay him more if they really need that player, because he's their star player.
Yes.
And you can even gain more from him, because if a club comes now, you can say you want 500,000.
Yep.
How much profit have you made?
A lot of money. Over 300, close to 350.
Yes. So why not? So you want him to be playing for you, and maybe after his contract, then he leaves. That's why we are not having profit as Ghanaian clubs, because we just want to win one match so that we can get the bragging right, or win one trophy for one season, get the bragging right.
You think that
then the player leaves?
You think that Asante Kotoko don't think business like enough?
Yeah.
As a club.
That's what I think. Because they want to win trophies, and if you win the trophy for them, then you leave free.
Yeah, they are happy.
Free, they don't care.
Wow. That's shocking to me. But what's the football culture like in Lebanon? I mean, when people think about football, they don't think about Lebanon. Just paint a picture for us.
Yeah, Lebanon,
how
I
it
would
is out
say,
there.
is amateur football. But they give good money. Because there are not...
Even the amateur football pays more money.
They pay more money. That's what I'm saying. For example, if a Ghanaian club, most of the Ghanaian clubs can pay like $2,000, I don't think some of us will even go outside and play. Because even Nigeria is paying like $1,000, $2,000, Togo, Zambia, and even Lebanon. Lebanon is, some players cannot even control ball. It's true. I play with them. And even my colleagues will say it. Because Safo is there. You know, Safo Brekum Chelsea, who won the Waffle. He's there.
Safo.
Yeah, he's there. Bassett, former Brekum Chelsea, he's there. We are all back because of that problem that's happening there. So I think if some of the clubs will start doing that, most of the Ghanaian players, you can't come home and stay just like that without playing. So you can join some of the clubs, then play. Yeah.
Now, if you look at you generally as a person, aside the football, you seem like a very colorful, outgoing person. Talk to me a bit about your off-field activities. When you are not playing football or watching a football game, what are you doing?
I sleep a lot. I sleep a lot. You know, and I like fashion.
Yeah?
I like fashion. As a footballer, I like fashion. And when I was growing up, like I used to like two players. That's Drogba and Okocha.
Yeah.
Okocha was my #1 player. The whole world.
Okocha's your idol.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like sleeping a lot. If I'm not sleeping, maybe I'm with my friends sitting in Zongo, because I'm a Zongo guy.
Yeah. You like to spend your time out there with
my friends and all that.
You have any favorite team? Any favorite manager?
Outside or here?
Outside. Who's your
Outside,
favorite
I
manager?
support Arsenal.
Arsenal fan.
So we
and you have suffered in this World Cup.
We are not afraid of broken heart. We know that no matter what, we will still be losing. So.
Are you happy with Arteta? The appointment of Arteta?
Yeah, he's trying to do something, but I hope maybe next season, if you give him time, next season.
Let me just ask you this: how do footballers feel about maybe a guy who was playing with them and then he leaves, he retires, after 2 years, comes back to coach the team? He's kind of young and some of his teammates are still there. Is there that respect for them? Is there that environment that they need to work? Is it there?
No, you coming in as a coach, not a player.
Yeah.
You have to make that rules. You have to stand on your feet.
Because there are people who will try to act like you are part of us.
You're part of us, but you have to stand on your feet and say, hey, I'm the boss here. So, and the players will give you that respect. But if you think, oh, I'm just coming because I played here and all that, it's going to mess up. You're going to lose it.
Who's your favorite manager?
I don't have one.
On the local scene, foreign scene?
I don't have one.
Ah.
But I like Duncan.
David Duncan?
Yeah, I like
You worked with him at AshGold?
Yes. because he gave us the opportunity.
David Duncan has gone through everybody in this.
He gave us the opportunity. But one thing that he told me was like I should stop using white boots because I like fashion boots and all that. He was like I should wear Coupe Mondial, and I said, striker, how can I wear Coupe Mondial?
Talking about liking fashionable boots and all that, do you have like any special pre-game routine? Do you do anything like different when you are going to play a football game?
Yeah, I just listen to music. Watch some videos, and
what does the music do for you? Is it to distract you, or maybe there are too many things happening in your mind you want to calm down?
Game, you know, all the players, we have what we do before games. You know, some just want to be alone.
Yeah.
But me, that's why maybe someone will see me before games and say, no, this guy is not serious. I'm like that. I want to feel free. I just want to have a free mind, like there's nothing happening. So I would just go inside and do my job. That's all.
Talk to me a little bit about the Black Stars now. And you said yourself that you always wanted to play for the Black Stars. You felt like you were good enough to have played. What do you make of the strikers in the team now, and what they can do post Asamoah Gyan, because Gyan is almost at the end of his journey?
Yeah.
Who do you think is the heir to the throne? What do you make about the striking department generally?
Gyan is not almost, but we Ghanaians want him
to move,
To move.
Ah.
Yeah.
You don't feel like Gyan is nearing his end?
No. Not at all.
Do you look at Jordan Ayew as somebody who could possibly step into those shoes, even if that situation eventually happens?
Oh, sure, because he's doing very well outside, and you know when you are performing outside, that's what they use to judge you or to say what you can do for the national team. But you know, playing for the national team is different from when you are playing in your club. True. You know, because all of you comes from different clubs, training
different coaches, different systems.
4 days, 5 days, and you play a match. So sometimes it's difficult. Some of the players may not even be playing in their clubs, but when they come, they deliver. So sometimes the spirit and the willing to play for the country, it also counts.
Are you happy about the combination of David Duncan and CK Akono as head coach and assistant?
I'm happy because it's for the betterment of the...
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Tell us why you're laughing.
Oh, you know, but for me, I think Duncan is a very good and experienced coach because he has coached most of the national teams and most of the club, and even coached outside before. He made me travel first outside the country and also won my first medal. That was AshGold. We went to
Free States.
No, we went to AshGold. We went to South Africa. We played Makufi Cup, and we won that. Tarata and Joanne Rees and other players were around. We won that cup. So I think it's a good appointment. But what can you say? It's for Ghana. So we are all going to support them, for them to deliver. Brilliant.
Let's finally finish off with some charity work that we know you've been doing. You are always out there helping the kids out in Sunyani, apparently organizing tournaments. What was your motivation to do this, and how challenging or how motivated are you to keep it going?
I think when I was a kid, I felt the situation too. Like when you don't have, it's hard. Yeah. You had no one to turn to and all that. But so I decided, like, if I can't help by myself, at least I need to involve my colleagues through football. So I decided like every year, December and also like end of the season, we'll do some charity games. I will invite some of my colleagues outside when they are on holidays, and maybe some of the Premier League players. Then we play some game in Sunyani, got something, then after we just go and present to the orphanage and all that.
Well, I can tell you that it's brilliant to be able to give back to humanity, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. Even though I would have wanted to go deep into some of the things he didn't want to touch on, but you heard the man himself there, Sadick Adams, giving us what it means to play with guys like De Gea, missing out on the World Cup and whatnot. Very, very refreshing conversation. Keep watching Citi TV here on the Tracker. We'll be back with more of such.